Good evening, guys. It's Pete from Gamers Paradise. I just realized I made a video the other day, and it was on my Facebook account, but it was my Facebook account is set to private, so you probably didn't get a chance to see it. But I had an interesting video. Might as well post it on here as well. I got a new Switch Lite, and it's a really interesting device. It's handheld only, and I think it really I like it a lot. It fits my style of play. Um, One of the things I noticed about it, if you have, for example, my video was about 2K Playgrounds 2. If you have an account with the previous Switch, that is the one game that there is no transferring any data whatsoever, and I would dare say it's because 2K wants to be greedy and get your money. Now you can pay the game for $20 if you really don't feel like waiting or are tired of transferring your data over. It would be easy. In fact, 2K preys on you getting tired of having to be patient and play the game half a million times. They are preying and counting on you to get just buy the rest of the characters for $20. So naturally, your save data won't transfer whatsoever. And it's a really nice game. It fits the form factor. Here, let me show you. I love the game. I come back to it. I treat it more or less like NBA Jam for the Super Nintendo, where you could get into a game, whatever, play it, have fun, and you would earn the rest of the roster as you play, regardless if you win or lose. You win the characters. I'm sure there's a different point system, but it wasn't. I didn't find it was that bad. And so here, hold on a second. All right, back. Sorry, guys, I was on a phone with my friend. But this is what it. I know the lighting is bad, and I don't have the equipment for this, but I'm gonna do them anyways. The lighting. In any case, let's see here. Looks about as good as gonna look on camera. I apologize, guys. It's really bad. It's really bad. But anyways, it's really small. It's noticeably smaller from the normal Switch. Apart from 2K's greed, it's what it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. Like I said, me personally, I don't have an issue with that, and neither does my friend Anthony, who was formerly on the show. If you want to see his lovely face and his content, he has Facebook videos he does now, and he's focusing more on Bible study and things of that nature. That's great. I don't have anything against that. I prefer to be a more natural approach and try to be subtle with my witnessing, sort of like Jesus, how he spoke with parables and witnessed to people with parables. I see that as more of an ideal style, I guess, to use when it comes to Christianity. But this game, I was just wanted to. There's a lot of people picking up a Switch Lite think they can transfer all their data. There's multiple ways to do it. Every time I've done it, I just transferred from console to console and never had an issue because, in my mind's eye, I won't look back. I would imagine it would be an easier sell if I, didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? Network. Hey, I got it to work and dumb down the brightness a little. But I would imagine if I word I'm trying to use here. Anyways, it's an easier style for me to tie things in. And anymore, most of my videos on YouTube are GameStop Inc. videos. I'm gonna try and not do those as much. I'll just do the review and send it because I don't think anyone really cares about my reviews. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to monetize my channels because, for one, I finally got my 100% disability on the VA, and if this was monetized, I'd literally have to lose my whole disability in order of occupation. And for two, I am individually unemployable because of my PTSD. I know the VA wants to call it anxiety, but I know what I have, and I don't care if the VA recognizes it or not. That's primarily why I'm individually unemployable. So I do videos like this. I have fun. Keep my mind as active as possible. I think I've mentioned before that this is the worst time of the year for me. From the beginning of September till the end of October, it's really scraping the bottom of the barrel for me for a lot of reasons. So guys are into religion or Christians, I would appreciate your prayers. I would appreciate anyone else's prayers. I don't entirely believe that prayer is set by one religion over the other. I would think that to be a bit pretentious, so I try not to think in that manner myself as much as I can. I'm right now in the middle of looking for Yoshi's Crafted World, because that was one of the videos that was on my there it is on my GameStop Inc. videos. So guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and do Yoshi's World on the Switch Lite. It's downloading. It's taking a minute. And 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Hey, it's got 3 minutes. All right. So as it's downloading, Yoshi's Crafted World is, for a lot of people who aren't familiar with Yoshi, he's Mario's trusty steed, so to speak. And if you follow Mario's storyline farther back, he actually took baby Mario and baby Luigi to his home, and so he's the one that says Yoshi, and a lot of people like playing him in Mario Kart. For example, Super Nintendo, when Super Mario Kart first started, Yoshi was my go-to character. Mario Kart 8, I prefer. There's a whole lot more people. I mostly either drive as Link or Princess Peach, or not officially released by Nintendo, but it's her daughter, and her and Luigi's daughter. You in the comments and the fans of the franchise know who I'm talking about. Rosalina, that's her name. I almost forgot her name for a second. But anyways, but Yoshi has always been a staple for most Nintendo games. We have Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U and the 3DS. On Nintendo, there's just Yoshi. And Super Nintendo, there's Yoshi's Island. 3DS, there's also another remake of Yoshi's Island. But he's a really lovable, friendly character. It has a lot of interesting tactics and techniques in this game. You can you've seen, if you really want to play the game. There's a lot of people that talk about it. But Yoshi, a lot of people will say is their favorite character and their favorite person their favorite among their favorite games in the Mario universe. You got people who like Yoshi, you got people who like Luigi, you got people who like Rosalina. You know, Mario is great and all. I haven't personally found too many people that love Mario and nothing but Mario, but hey, I'm sure they exist somewhere. Um, but this game, though, um, it, it's I don't go by frame rates when I review games because I personally I started with the Super Nintendo, and anyone who's like me and started with a Super Nintendo and had access to a regular NES, we didn't give a hoot about frame rates or speeds as long as the game was fun and playable. I mean, granted, if it didn't freeze like literally worse than bullet time freeze, we wouldn't otherwise care. But if no one actually learned about the speeds of their games or found out how fast their games were, I'm sure, I'm certain that people would not be nearly as innovative about the darn game speeds. Um, Here we are, Yoshi starting, and I think I have I was able to transfer my save data, so I'm gonna go check and see. If not, it's not that hard to play Yoshi. I have quite a few games on other Switch that is like, you know what? I've played this game enough times and I really want a fresh start on it. I don't need to transfer the data. I don't have anything to transfer. Like Binding of Isaac, I didn't get far enough this time around to actually get it. There's Yoshi. There we go. It's loading. Yeah, there you go. Hey! I'll jump cut in a second. Hold. Yeah, all right, I'm back. Sorry, guys, I was getting eating dinner. um, but as you can see, there we are. I'm not gonna play the game this way. Going through multiple screens is crazy, but I can give you an idea. Let's see, go back here. I'm not gonna go there. Oh, does that go in? Okay, let's go there. Alright. I can show you a little bit of the landscape. I can try anyways. Alright. Oh joy. He's moving around in a little robot. Ah, that's the button. Of course. But there you go. That's Nintendo fashion for you, using B and A. They keep forgetting about mapping. Although I will say, in Link's Awakening, they mapped everything to X and Y, and like your items wise, I mean, and your sword and shield and everything. The L and R buttons, which is unheard of for Nintendo for the most part. It's a welcome addition and change, I say. But I've always, as I said before, when I was a kid, I started with the Super Nintendo. And I had family members that lived in California, and I wanted to take my Super Nintendo games with me on the go. And the technology was there, but nobody wanted to do anything about that. And so basically with the Switch release as it is, I'm very much so content with what I have. I guess it's not too hard playing it this way after all. And then again, it is an auto-scroller. It's just showing off some Yoshi footage for you in some games. I'm gonna go before I'm gonna look and see what other videos I have of other things by GameStop Inc. and take them all at once. Might even do a thing on Link's Awakening. It's a really good game. It's beautiful. I never got the opportunity to play that game actually. And so playing it for the first time with updated graphics, it's really a lot of fun. I do actually have the Virtual Console one on my 3DS, but I ain't gonna play it. Let's be honest. I thought I would bide my time playing it, but I found something else more worth playing than that, and that was the Pokemon Rumble World. It's a side game, and the Pokemon are toys in it, and it's really a lot of fun. And if you are into the side games, I highly recommend you get the side games because it's more worth it. I'll play that level again, man. Whatever. But it's really a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. If you, like I was saying, if you get the retail game, you actually get 40 gems a day, and you start out with 3,000 gems. And it's a lot of fun. Whereas if you get the free-to-play game, or some say fee-to-pay game, it's actually free, but you still have to microtransactions and whatnot. And Nintendo is not as egregious and bad with their microtransactions, so I would be more apt to support Nintendo and their endeavors with that. Whereas, for example, 2K, that like especially with NBA 2000 or 2020 NBA 2K 20 or whatever, the most recent basketball 2K game. It has slot machines. It has a pachinko machine. It has loot boxes and any other egregious microtransaction, and it's horrible. There's no excuse for that, in my opinion. Bear with me, guys. I'm going through. See what we got. We got Air Conflicts. I'm not gonna do that one. Air Conflicts is fun. It's basically just most of the fun I've had with that game is dogfights. I love the game. Don't get me wrong. Most people like flight sims for the dogfights. I just wish there was more to the story that involved dogfights as opposed to stealth missions and dive bombing. It's like, great guys, great mechanic, but where's my dogfights? You know, I'm picky about it. you decide. Epic rap battles of history. You decide. But Disgaea 5. Oh, Disgaea 5. I don't have any save data at all. Well, because the last thing I had was save data on it at all. It's an interesting one. It's how do you call it? It is a tactical. That's the word. Tactical RPG in which you move your pieces like chess and you fight that way, kind of like Fire Emblem. It's an acquired taste. I'm not gonna lie. It's an acquired taste. It takes some getting used to. It's fun once you get used to it. But if you're someone like me, for example, who is used to playing different games and different RPGs and different styles of RPGs, you might be a little put off by that. Just a little. It's yeah. It's an acquired taste. It's a lot of fun. It's like I said, it's fun. You just got to get used to the mechanics and everything. So yeah. I'm gonna start downloading, and depending on the time, 2 minutes. I can wait 2 minutes, and you are waiting 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Well, from what I played of Disgaea 5, I guess you play as a low-class demon caught in the middle of a war, and somehow you become soul-bound to a evil princess or something, and she wants to start a war or something. Anyway, story's not important. It's one of those, there's a story, but it's so darn convoluted you won't be able to follow a thing of it. And so there you go. That's what it is. It's a lot of fun. It's really worth it. And you know, but it's just funny how it's, oh my goodness. I'll let you see a little bit of how the game plays out. There's a hub world. You can get equipment and characters in this game. The art style is nice. If you're to get a tactical RPG and you have limited choices, you can go the indie route and support something like Plague Road, for example, which I would highly recommend. It's a really good game. Jim Sterling is the narrator of sorts in that game, and he does a very exquisite job as a narrator. And I tend to believe in, as Jim Sterling being the narrator, he likes to portray himself as a Plague Knight. He's a really good journalist. He's been on a one-man campaign against microtransactions and the AAA capitalism, like CAAA capitalism. And he basically throws their business practices to the wolves. Like I said, he's a good journalist. He's an acquired taste. He's one of the people I follow. But anyways, Plague Road, it's a good game. You should look into it if you're into tactical RPGs. If you like Fire Emblem, more power to you. I've tried. I've really tried playing Fire Emblem. I can't. I really can't. The closest thing I can get to with Fire Emblem is Fire Emblem Warriors, which I really think the franchise should have turned to a long time ago, because it's a lot more. It would be more enjoyable to see it in a different light, and it is like Fire Emblem Warriors. That's my bread and butter. But for example, Fire Emblem Heroes, Fire Emblem Echoes, Fates, Birthright. It's really an acquired taste amongst acquired tastes. Not joshing or dogging the game at all. It's a beautiful game. It's really good artwork. It's a really beautiful story. It's just not my cup of tea. It's really really hard for me to get in playing those types of games. All right, it's done downloading, guys. So let's revalue the story together, shall we? And you might see how of a convoluted mess and unimportant ultimately the story really is. I like a game you can get into. There may or may not be a story, but if I can get into it and I can enjoy it, I will enjoy it all the more. And I will play it all the more. And I will love it. Oh. Okay, so. Yeah.
A crisis of extinction-level proportions was perpetrated by the Demon Emperor, Void Dark. The historians of later generations look back in puzzlement at this historical event, the largest Netherworld war, which erupted and expanded in a flash, and ended in just one night. Some call it the war with no victor.
And war no victory, blah blah blah. The world is in turmoil, and you have to pick the pieces up.
I don't know which Netherworld you're from.
And it's got really good graphics. Oh, it's her.
What did you just say? I will not abide being annihilated.
Her. The high maintenance princess.
One sardine for 20 hours later.
It's definitely
Now, put your backs into it. Your soft, squishy backs.
what's going on, Japan? What's going on? She's a waifu for you. And you got evil penguins. You gotta love evil penguins. You just gotta love evil penguins. It's a fun game. I'm trying to joke with the game. It obviously doesn't care if you got an evil exploding demon penguin. Just saying. But it's because it's a game that doesn't take itself seriously. I don't feel bad playing a tactical RPG called Disgaea 5. It's so now it's gonna get into the storyline. Oh boy, the angsty soldier is sitting down eating.
What do you think you're doing?
Probably tofu. Not gonna lie, probably Japanese culture that they're being inspired by. Noodles.
Eating, obviously. It's a fluffy rising dragon with all white breast meat from a 1,000-year-old dragon lord. And its egg. It's delicious.
There you go. He's a very, very edgelord. And the characters are lovable, are fun, enjoyable. You know, you got your uber not caring whatsoever about nothing kind of guy, and that's this guy. You got a high maintenance, oh no he didn't type of a person. You got an evil penguin minion. Who doesn't love an evil penguin minion? Like I said, it's just an evil penguin minion. Besides, it's blue. You can't go wrong with blue, guys. I would give this game a chance. I really would. It's one of those games that's all over the top. It's got set pieces. It's got cinematics. It's got, oh, look, movie set pieces. Oh, angster. Definitely out of the way past the 90s, but it's paying homage to the 90s. I'm sure the franchise started much sooner. It's Disgaea 5. I'm sure that means it's at least been around at least 15 some odd years, so maybe more.
Episode 1, Prelude to Vengeance.
But it's you know, it's your colorful.
Excuse me, my goodness. Do you have
Yes, confirm skip. Thank you. We're in the hub. We are in the hub world. Oh, she made a pocket dimension. I'm right. She made her own pocket dimension. That's the hub world, and you get to take war wherever. And you get to explore the thing for a while. I'll get back into playing it a little bit later, but I don't got the time right now to get into it. I just remembered, oh yeah, I love playing that game. I had to get rid of it for gas, so I did. The next game we got, Yoshi's Crafted World did that. Okay, those are the two games I was pretty much covering. But I mostly wanted to do this video because I got a Nintendo Switch, and I highly recommend anyone pick it up. I know you'll find that, well, why do you get a Switch if it doesn't switch? Well, here's the thing, guys. Technically, that vernacular still works because it switches someone's mentality from a handheld game, what we know as a handheld game, that's no longer considered a handheld game. You can play Doom, 2016 Doom. You can play it on here, and if you really have a disposable budget, a disposable income, you can pick up both a Switch Lite and a Switch, and you can hook the darn thing up to your TV and you can play. I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't do the graphics and compare, oh, the PS4 is so much better or the PSC is so much better. I really don't care. If you really want to play the game and you really want to play it in the car or be that guy on the airplane and the Switch trailer, bring it along. Play it with you. I mean, people are willing to bash something just because. And, oh, it's not portable. It's portable, guys. Do you know anyone who stashes a 3DS in their pocket? I mean, I have cargo shorts and cargo pants, so I am able to, but I am literally a select few that actually wears cargo pants. I'm a veteran. I feel the most comfortable in cargo pants. That's all there is to it. It's not I'm against jeans. It's no, I'm a veteran and I ain't wearing nothing unless it's cargo shorts or cargo pants. That's how I roll. Naturally, in more important circumstances, like I have a particular event coming up in the next few weeks where I might want to get more of a appropriate wear of cargo pants, like tactical suburban type cargo pants that looks like slacks. Just saying. And I'm going to go probably get a nice shirt. I have some things to take care of. I'm not going to explain my personal business. I don't want to get the people. I don't really. You have no. Other than what I'm telling you, I don't want to tell you too much of my life. My life is my life, and I aim to keep it that way. I have my Facebook on private for a reason. And I'm not trying to be snappy or curt or short. Like I said, it's the worst time of the year for me, but I prefer to stay as personal, keep my private life private as much as possible. No one needs to know about my life other than the people in my life. And I'll keep it at that. Other than that, I play video games. I enjoy video games. But I really wanted to show you some form factor with these games. I can throw in another game just to have fun with it. But it's really honestly a testament to Nintendo for making really good games and good content for this long. Let's throw some Pikachu in there. And honestly, this really works for me. This is really an awesome, enjoyable game to me. It's got a minute to download Throwing Pikachu. But like I said, guys, I highly recommend getting the Switch Lite. It's still worth picking up. Honestly, my one problem I will have with the regular red box or day one flag, like original flagship Switch, the white box. Let's just do it this way: the red box Switch or the white box Switch. They're phasing out the white box switches, but both of those switches, the dock, it literally has design flaws. It looks like a toaster. Keep that in mind. The Switch has an overheating problem. If you're not careful, you can brick your Switch. I had one of my friend Anthony. He unknowingly I tried to warn him, but he had to learn the hard way. He had literally in his back room, the hottest temperature part of his room was in the back room, and that aided in overheating and breaking it. And he also didn't. He got confused where to put the power part, the USB-C part into the thing, and he put it in the standard USB part, so that probably didn't help either. Long story short, he bricked his Diablo 3 Collector's Edition Switch. So I had to help him out. I bought a red box Switch for him for a belated birthday, early Christmas present for him. And I told him, make sure you keep it in the front room, because that's the coolest part of your Switch, your apartment. And he learned, he's doing that. But both him, myself, his girlfriend, my wife, we all mostly play our Switches handheld. So having a Switch Lite around that doesn't hook to the TV, ain't gonna hook to the TV, no way, no how, you still gotta charge it. I have a fold-up stand. It doesn't hook up to the TV, so it's safe. It's not Nyko. Steer clear of the Nyko screen protectors. But it that's good enough for me. And I play, games like Pokemon. Like, I actually holding the Switch Lite, I thought at first it would cramp my hands, but it's just the right size to where that's not going to be an issue. And so, there's Pikachu. It looks even better. The Pokemon, it looks even better on here. See that? There's my Pikachu. He's in his sailor outfit. And the only difference between Pikachu and Eevee is naturally your mascot, of course. And yeah, Eevee has a few more moves, but still, it's Pikachu. You gotta love the homage that Game Freak is paying to Pokemon Yellow. This is totally an HDMI remaster from the ground up of Pokemon Yellow. They added 2 characters and things with Go. I've mentioned that game before. It's really a lot of fun. It's one of the best Pokemon experiences I've had in a long time. I would dare say since I first picked up Red, Blue, and Yellow. That's the most fun I've had with that. I know that, but we've been to Kanto so many times. Yeah, so? I mean, you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. I'm sorry for your loss, but Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming out in November. I'm picking them up too. But, I mean, people get so petty, and like I said before in other videos, the Pokemon franchise has become so toxic lately that I hate to say it, but as far as mainline games for Pokemon Go, I'm thinking Pokemon Sword and Shield will probably be my last. I do like Pokemon Tournament. It's a lot of fun. My genre of choice when it comes to video games is your fighters, your dungeon crawlers, your RPGs, your action RPGs, your Zelda clones, if you want to call them that. Those are more my cup of tea. I will divulge in everything else. Variety is the spice of life, after all, and you know that's what it is. And but to actually stick to only one genre of anything kind of limits your experiences and enjoyment of life if you just focus on one thing. No harm if you do that. I think personally you might enjoy life better if you have a little bit of variety in your life. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. But in my experiences, I have enjoyed life so much more when I have a variety in my life. When I have, like, my music, another prime example. I'm a rock and roll guy through and through. I eat, sleep, drink rock and roll. Okay? But I don't mind listening to Balkan music from the Balkan Peninsula, for example, Bulgarian music, French, Spanish, you name it, what genre, I don't care. As long as it's good and not wrist slashery in any sense of the word. You know? Let's see, can I continue? Hey! I can continue in Marvel. Sorry, guys, I'm learning what all I can do and can't do in my games that I have, and slowly adding them. But there you go, guys. I did not mean to make this a very long video. You guys enjoy your night. I hope to make more content for you in the future. My life has been so swamped with my life that I haven't been able to or had the desire to do anything other than eat and sleep, to be honest. I'm gonna try and do that. I only have a few of you that, if you guys are caring to watch, but I'm gonna try and at least post a few videos. You guys have a wonderful evening. Talk to you later. Bye.